I am pleased to introduce you to the RAV Vast B Hijazz. The Hijazz is based on the harmonic minor scale. In this case, it is the E harmonic minor scale. If we count from E up to B, E, F, G, A, B, that means we're actually starting on the fifth note of that scale because the center tone here is a B. So it's the fifth note of the E harmonic minor scale, which makes it really interesting. It means that as we play, it's really difficult to find our home note. It always feels like it's leading to the next idea. And so it has this real eternal thing going on. It's really difficult to stop playing, basically. See how it's got all of this intrigue and mystery about it? So I want to talk you through it just a little bit, so that we can get to know this instrument a little bit better. Now, what I love about RAV is that they're always very creative in their scale layouts. So this isn't the same as you would find in a Handpan Hijaz scale, although saying that, a lot of different makers lay out their Hijazes differently, which is kind of annoying that we use the same title for different layouts of instruments. But in this case, here's what we have. B in the center, F sharp, A, B, C, D sharp, E, F sharp, A. So in this scale, there's actually a G missing. This is why I've got this one sat next to me. This is an F astronaut, and on this, we have a G note. So we can borrow that to get a E minor chord. And that chord is a very important one in this scale if we want to branch out of that constantly evolving, leading, mysterious feeling. For now though, let's just focus on what we have here. So the two full chords that we have access to are B major, which goes up on the right hand side of the scale, and A minor, which goes on the left hand side of the scale. These are the only two full chords that we have available to us. And luckily, they're perfectly sided on each side of the instrument, so they're quite easy to access. Now, there are other chords that we can hint at. We've got C and E here, so we can hint at a C major. We've got E and B here, so we can hint at an E minor. We also have F sharp diminished here, which is F sharp, A and C, which has got lots and lots of tension in there, right? It really wants us to land somewhere else. But again, it's like, oh, where do I go? How do I get there? There's so much tension in this scale. What else do we have? We also have the D sharp diminished chord, which is D sharp, F, and A. Sorry, I'm checking my notes there because I don't know the scale off by heart. So D sharp, F sharp, A. More tension. So here's how it sounds if I just really lean into those two chords. But if I rely more on using two-note chords rather than tritones, rather than three-note chords, three-note chords, I can start to pull out a little bit more character. We've got the C and the E of the C major here, A and C of the A minor, so we can pull out some different feels there. We've got the E minor here with these two notes. So if I just use two notes of each chord, B major, I can start to get some different ideas, right? major, E minor, or some of it anyway, A minor, and B major. Yeah, so just by being really specific with which notes I play, and leaving out the notes that I don't need, especially on an instrument like this that is so resonant, you can really be selective with what you use and how you choose to draw out the character of this. That's what I'd recommend when trying to navigate this scale. It is a tricky one. It's an interesting one. So yeah, I encourage you to really explore it gently and be selective with what notes you use. Also having really good control of muting notes, so playing and then quickly, gently placing a hand back down to mute that note, will allow you to play with a bit more speed without it becoming too overwhelming as well. Again, because this scale is really built on 2 chords, it really resonates with itself incredibly well. And of course, as you know, RAV Vasts are just so alive in their sound as well. So being able to play with a little bit more control. Hear how when I choose to let it ring, it starts to overwhelm a little bit, right? So yeah, dynamic control, be selective with the notes, be intentional with the chords that you're playing, and then I think you can make some really beautiful stuff with this B Hijaz. Let me know if you choose to get it, and use code RAVAMY for a discount on these beautiful instruments if you do decide to head over to the shop. And yeah, if you want some tutorials on this thing, let me know. Some more tutorials, patterns, specific patterns, let me know, and I'll make them. Wishing you all the best. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time.